Hi, everybody. This is Paul Fisher coming at you live again from Las Vegas, Nevada, USA, to talk to you again today about the Billion Coin, a cryptocurrency that is an abundance-based money system that is 2 years old, and its sole purpose is to create a completely worldwide economic monetary system that is based on pure abundance. Okay. So in the past, I've talked a lot about the current system that we're on, the central banking system, and their debt-based system that they have the world on. In fact, I want to go over some political things that are happening, things that have just come out today, to let you know the reality of what is going on and how our system works, just to give you a little bit more education. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do, hopefully my audio is working good today, is I'll probably allow you to listen to the video, and then I'll stop it and make some commentary on it. Because I'm afraid that if I put the video on mute, it may affect my audio, because it's done that in the past. But before we get into that, I want to let you all know, those of you who are new, who may be new and watching this for the first time, that TBC stands for the Billion Coin. Okay, it's like all the other cryptocurrencies that you hear about, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and etc., except that we are not on a trading exchange. Okay, we're not on the market. We control our system completely. And the reason, well, not completely, okay, because we are on a blockchain platform, but it's part decentralized and part centralized, so that we can control how we distribute the wealth. With Bitcoin and all these other ones, it's the same system where the wealthy can come in, especially now that it's on a market, and wealthy can come in and buy it as all they want because they've got money already. They can buy all they want, and then that raises the price on the market. Then the little people come in and they say, wow, I can make a few dollars. Let's invest a little bit. And then some of them do okay. But then when the rich get it up to a certain price, then they dump. In other words, they sell to all these people that are coming in and want a little piece. They sell, but that starts to lower the price. And it starts slowly usually, and it goes down, 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 but it continues to go down. And as it continues to go down, the people start to panic, the people that don't know how the system works, and they say, oh my gosh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have invested, this much, and I better sell, and so I don't take a complete loss. And then they sell. And then that's exactly what the wealthy want, because they want your coins. Okay, they want your coins that you have purchased from trading exchanges, the market systems, however you get Bitcoin, and so that they can own more of the cryptocurrency and you own less. Okay, that keeps them in power. Okay, that's the way of the fiat currency system of the Western world is, and well, most of the world is right now and has been for very, very, very many decades. Okay. In our country, it was 1913 when the Federal Reserve Act was passed, which turned our monetary system over to a private bank called the Federal Reserve. Yeah, don't let that fool you, because Federal is a private bank. In fact, they're even on private land that doesn't have any U.S. laws. They don't have to follow U.S. laws, even though they're in our country. And their banks are in their country. They have ways, and they've had ways, and they've been doing this in Europe for centuries before us, okay? Well, decades and decades before they got us involved. And anyway, this is a system that Trump and patriots are fighting against. It's the system that China is fighting against, the system that Russia has already won, okay, because they don't have any central banking system or any deep state in their country. And that's why they are demonized so much. And we hear from the corporate media which is controlled by the central banking system, that Russia is our enemy when they're not. Okay, plain and simple. Russia is a little bit ahead of the game. Okay, so Russia does involve itself in the affairs of other countries, where China, if you noticed, you know, there's a communist country right there. Okay, a humongous communist country. Russia's not. Okay, Russia's now a capitalist democracy that has brought back the Christian religion. China, on the other hand, you'll notice that they don't get involved in the worldly affairs. They just kind of, hey, here we are, and we do have our military, and we do have this and that, so like, don't mess with us, but we're going to just keep to ourselves, okay? But we don't like the US dollar. So we're going to use our yuan to start buying, which is a cryptocurrency that the people of the world are taking a huge look at right now. Okay, and I'll talk about that a little bit later here, because it's stable. They look at it as a stable currency. Okay, they're saying, wow, you know, China, they're just like there all the time. And they don't mess around, and we don't have to worry about, you know, we haven't had to worry about China for a long time. You know, their monetary system looks really good. Let's invest in yuan, okay? And if they are going to buy their oil from Saudi Arabia using their yuan instead of the US petrodollar, which was introduced to our country in 1971 when Nixon took us off the gold standard, then there's going to be no need for the US dollar in China. And I've mentioned this before, and it's big. That's why I keep mentioning it. The thing about TBC, the billion coin, our cryptocurrency, is designed to have only 1 billion coins mined. Our first billion members will determine its maximum price per coin, which will be 1 billion euros per coin. And there's enough coin because it's 1 billion coins that are going to be worth 1 billion euros each, that they'll be, and which can be divided by 100 million. Okay, so there's going to be plenty of money, and it's money, not currency. The difference simply is money has some kind of is backed by something of value, whether it's a hard asset like gold, silver, platinum, or if it's an asset like land, oil, people. Okay, in this sense, in our sense, it's backed by people. The algorithm is based on people joining our community. Okay, join our community of TBC, of the billion coin. Every time a member joins our community, it raises the price of our full coins by 1 euro. Okay, so we have 3 million, over 3 million members after 2 years of very slow growth. Actually, if you look at it as a regular company, it would be marvelous growth. But we consider it slow simply because we had the same kind of problems with our blockchain because our blockchain is the same as Bitcoin and all the others. It's that blockchain 1.0. It came out back in 2009. And the way it's designed, it's just too slow to handle too many transactions per second. When it can only do 7 transactions per second, then you're going to get bogged down. The miners won't be able to fulfill and make their blocks and transact back and forth when there's that much going through the system. And that's why when they put it on a trading exchange, most of those transactions that they ended up seeing and causing the bog down were not people selling, hey, you want to buy some Bitcoin from me? What's Bitcoin? This is what Bitcoin is. Oh, yeah, I'll buy some. You know, I'll invest in it. I'll see what happens. It's not that. It's on the trading exchange. So everybody started, oh, wow. And, you know, it attracted all the gamblers, okay? But as you know, the trading exchanges are like the casinos. They're the house. They always win. Okay, so all those transactions bogged the system down. In our case, we were not on a trading exchange, but we just have a community that is just so together that we were already transacting among each other, buying and selling things for the billion coin. Okay, and we had gotten up to enough transactions where it bogged our system down. It got so bad, okay, that for a while we couldn't even transact. Okay, so and yet we still grew from like less than 100,000 at the end of our first year to over 3 million after our second year, which was March 21st. Okay, right after March 21st, we went over 3 million members. Okay, now the next 12 months is going to just blow everybody away, because starting April 30th, we're going to be migrating to our new 2.0 or 3.0 blockchain platform, which is so fast, so efficient, so modern that it can do transactions as fast, if not faster, than Visa card and MasterCard and all the credit cards. You go right up to a register, you flash your phone, QR code, bam, you're done, you're gone. Okay, it's that quick. So we are unbelievably excited because we are going to be the first coin that's not only abundance-based, where the price never goes down in value. Okay, keep that in mind. TBC, the billion coin, our cryptocurrency never goes down in value. We are the only one today, and there'll be others that eventually follow. We already know of one that's coming out a year from now, hopefully, okay, because they're seeing what we're doing. And in the entire cryptocurrency market, world, industry, if you want to call it, that never goes down in value because it's not on a market system. Okay, it's something that people can depend on. That's why there's more and more people that are taking a look at TBC. And now that we're migrating into a blockchain platform that is so advanced, and when they see what we can do, they're going to say, oh my gosh, we're just going to blow right past Bitcoin, people. Friends, we're just going to blow right past Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin going to do? We saw what happened when they got bogged down. They had to create a fork and create a new coin, Bitcoin Cash. And then basically things got back to okay, but they're still limited to how many transactions they could do. And in time, it's going to bog down the system again until they create, and I don't know if they can because it's completely decentralized. There's nobody in control. There's Satoshi Nakamoto. I don't know where he is. Do you? He's in Temple City, right? Outside Los Angeles. Okay, but anyway, the point is, we are doing these 24/7 broadcasts on YouTube because we are so excited about what we are about to accomplish with migrating to our brand new blockchain platform. And it's a brand new wallet system also. Okay. Again, we have partial control over our system, unlike most of the cryptocurrencies that are completely decentralized. And there's nothing wrong with being completely decentralized. It keeps everything completely private. We are completely private also. It's just that there is one person, the one who created it, who has some control. And it has to be, if you really want to create a monetary system where you can balance the wealth out among the people, control that process of distribution so that the wealthy can't come in, buy it all up, and leave the masses poor again, with just a little bit. Okay, it's not going to work. It would defeat the whole purpose of what our mission is all about. Okay, now let me go over. And by the way, it's really easy to get involved with the Billion Coin. You just look at the information below the video in the description. It's got all the links there where you can go and get a free account, free Kringles, 25,000 Kringles worth about $1,000. And well, yeah, worth about $1,000 today. That will always go up, never go down. You can sit there and just watch it go up. When we hit our maximum price, €1 billion per, with our first billion members, then 25,000 gringos, that should max out around $300,000 US dollars, okay, which is not very much, but it's enough to buy a home, and you're getting it free. Well, there's a $10 one-time fee that covers both your back office and your wallet for life, including all transactions, okay? Those of you who deal with cryptocurrency know what I'm talking about. Those transaction fees can add up. It's insane. We are not built that way, okay? We've got to get it through the people that things are changing because of technology. We no longer have to think and be used to that the world is trying to take and the wealthy are trying to take, and we've got to just grab at what's left, okay? Everybody's out to get me because that's the way it's been. And you all know what I'm talking about. You can't go anywhere, do anything. You can't take your car to an auto place to get repaired without worrying about, are they going to rip me off? Are they going to say this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, and it's going to come up to $800 when in reality it's probably a $100 job. You don't know, okay, unless you know the person. You know the person and you trust them. He's your brother. Well, maybe you can't trust your brother, but you know what I'm saying, okay? I'm just trying to stay lighthearted here because you got to stay lighthearted about everything. There's no reason to get afraid of what's going on in the world and what could happen. We'll make it, okay? But we need to educate ourselves so that we can, those of us who have ears to hear and eyes to see, can help ourselves to be in a better position when the transition comes, okay? And then those of us who have more will be able to help those others, not just ourselves, others, okay? Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, okay. That's the way life is supposed to be all about, right? Us helping others. Okay, yeah, I'm probably going to go over again today because there's nobody scheduled after me again today, okay? What can I say? All right, so let me go over and see if I can just turn this video on and let you listen to it, and then I'll stop it and put in my comments, put in my 2 cents for it, okay? So I'm going to turn it on and see how it works.
Now, the central bankers, they are definitely showing how scared they are of the blockchain technology. Now, normally central bankers wouldn't mention anything about anything else that's going on around the world.
Okay. I've talked about the central banking system. I've talked about how they're used to this fiat system, which is not backed by anything. Okay. They've taken all the gold away from the monetary system. Silver's been gone since 64, 65, 66. They've just been taking it more and more until there's nothing left, okay, to back our money. That paper money we use, it says US dollar, and on the back, Federal Reserve note, which is what it really is because we're not printing it anymore. They are. It's not backed by anything, and they say inflation is good. Here's something that you need to think about, and in fact, he's the one, Dave here on X22 is the one that mentioned this, and it really kind of opened my eyes to the reality of how we've been raised and brainwashed to think. When they tell us, the central banking system tells us, hey, inflation is good. It's good because, you're going to make more money. Your wages are going to go up. And we think it's good. And then they give us credit. Oh, wow, this is cool. We can now go buy stuff on credit. Okay, we get ourselves in debt. Okay, and then it just gets worse from there. But the thing that was interesting, the way he said it, was the prices of cars, for instance, goes up. And we think, because of the way the system has taught us, oh, well, that's more of an expensive car. It's a new car. I expect to pay more for it. You know, it's more modern. It's got more things in it, blah, blah, blah. No, no, no. Okay, they're using the same materials. Nothing's gone up in value. Our money has gone down in value. It's not money. Our currency has gone down in value. Okay? It doesn't buy the same thing it bought 4 years ago. Okay, we have to use more of the currency to get the same thing. But we just are brainwashed into thinking, no, no, no. It's a new car. It's a better car. Technology. People, technology always comes out looking like real expensive at first, right? When we get these flat screen televisions, they cost $4,000. Now you can pick one up for $400. Why? Because it's just the way they work the system. Okay, it's the way they work the system. When we're talking, well, it's new. There's not enough. They haven't learned how to mass produce them. They have to charge this. They have to charge that. Really? Really? Don't be fooled. Okay. So anyway, the central banking system, as I've said before, are very, 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 very scared of cryptocurrency because it takes their power away. Cryptocurrency is actually money if it's based on something, if it's based on something of value. Whether it's supply and demand, there's just going to be a limited amount of this coin made, or whether it's actually backed by something. Like I said, whether it's oil, whether it's gold, whether it's silver, whether it's people, whether it's land, whatever. Something of value, which the cryptocurrency, if it's not from the central banking system, okay, will be. And therefore it's money. And that's why I talk about Venezuela and other countries that are creating their coins and basing it on gold and other hard assets. The billion coin is based on people, way more valuable than gold. Okay. When you've got, I think I mentioned this yesterday or the day before, Bitcoin has approximately 12 million people using Bitcoin. 12 million, that's all. In a world of 7.5 billion, only 12 million. And it's not a full economy. Obviously, not everybody's accepting Bitcoin because the price is volatile because it's on a market exchange. But they understand it enough that they realize, hey, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins ever made. So because of supply and demand, let's get some and hold on to it. Okay, and let's not play with it on the trading exchange. You know, those of us who are just normal, non-greedy people that have common sense, and we're just going to do it. Okay, I'm not talking about the greedy, wealthy who is like the central banking system, who is controlling and wants control. So they buy up all the Bitcoin, and then they control the prices, and they dump, and they take more. Okay, that's what the central banking system is all about. So that's why they're so afraid of cryptocurrency. That's why you see them coming out and saying, hey, cryptocurrency is bad. Folks, don't get involved in cryptocurrency. Our system is what's real, you know, and it's because they're so afraid that they're going to lose control, and they are losing control. All right. Okay, let's go on and see if this works. I'm hoping this works or is working. I really wish I knew how I can see my chat. Let's see if I go over here and Hangout Toolbar. I'm going to click on Hangout Toolbar and see what happens. Watch the whole thing blow up. Hangout Toolbox, display name, upload. I have no idea. Settings. I'm afraid to push anything. Okay. It says I just updated my audio level. I hope I'm not too loud right now. But geez, I hope you were hearing me before. Okay. All right. So let me go back and turn on that video and see. Hopefully you guys are listening to this.
That doesn't affect their business. I mean, they're afraid of gold and silver, so they mention that it's a barbarous relic. You don't need to own it. It's not a store of wealth. People don't use it as money and all things like that. Everyone looks towards cash.
Okay, did you catch that? Isn't that real? That's exactly what they tell us. Hey, what are you doing buying gold for? What are you going to do with it? You know, storing it in a safe in your house so somebody can come along and steal it? It's not money. You know, don't waste your time.
Their fiat currency. Well, they're doing the same thing with cryptocurrency as they did with gold and silver. They're out there and they're continually talking about cryptocurrencies. San Francisco Fed President John Williams laid out a case for why cryptocurrencies will never replace paper money. Now, let's think about this for a second. They're out there telling everyone that the blockchain technology that is growing today by leaps and bounds, more and more coins are coming out. They are saying that that is never going to replace their system. This is how afraid they are, because you wouldn't have to say that unless you're nervous and afraid. Now, they went on to say that, first of all, it's volatile. So it's going to be very difficult to hold because one day it's going to be up, the next day it's going to be down. And it's so volatile that you never know where it's going to be. Not like the fiat currency that they can control, where you always know how much it's worth, except it has lost about, what, 97% of its value since.
Okay, you notice how the central banking system, even though they're the ones that are controlling the markets now, because it's so easy for them to do it, they've got the money, right? They can buy the Bitcoin, raise that price up when they want to, and then dump it. But they're telling you, hey, look what's going on? Goes up and down, up and down, up and down. You can't trust that. That's exactly why they're doing that. Okay? They want you to trust in their fiat monetary system that goes down in value. Okay? It's lost, he's about to say, he's lost 97% of the value since its inception.
Inception. Of course, they do it behind the scenes stealthily, so you don't know what's going on. You don't realize that it's losing wealth. They tell you, no, it's inflation. Inflation is good. Don't worry about that. You're just going to pay a lot more for that. And what that really means is the value of those dollars continually decline. That's why you need a lot more of them to pay for the same exact thing. Think about it. You go out and you purchase an automobile, everyone thinks, well, the automobile went up in price. No, the value of that currency continually drops. And that's why you're paying more. But they're trying to make the case of why you shouldn't be looking at cryptocurrencies and why it will never replace it. Now, they also went on to say that the cryptocurrency doesn't pass the basic test of what a currency should be. Now, of course, this is the central bank currency test where you can print as much as you want and there's no limits whatsoever. Remember, gold, you only have a certain amount of gold. You hold that and then you create the currency to basically match the amount of gold that you have. This way there's checks and balances. Cryptocurrencies, there's a finite amount that you can create, so there's always checks and balances. Plus, there's a ledger system which shows every single transaction, not like the fiat system where the cash can be used for nefarious means. So basically, they're saying it doesn't fit into their model because as a central banker, what you want is you want to be able to print as much as you possibly can and have these funds diverted to other areas, place sanctions on others, and control countries. So they're very, very nervous about cryptocurrency. That's why they continually come out and tell you about it. Now, what we're seeing is that the next generation, the millennials, they are doing absolutely horrible in this economy. Now, a new report was released by the Young Invincibles, and the financial health of young America is declining. The report includes a cross-generational study of the financial well-being of millennials today versus baby boomers when they were in their adolescence. For the first time, young adults aged 25 to 34 with college degrees and student loans have a median net wealth of negative 1,900.
Okay, did you catch that? This is the truth. Okay, I've backed it up by I already know this to be the truth. Okay, so the younger generation in America, for the most part, is in a whole lot worse condition than my generation was. Okay, overall, when you've got a medium net wealth of negative 1,900, there's something seriously wrong. Okay, and what he continues to talk about is that the crash in the economic system that we're on has to come down, but we need to control that narrative. Trump and patriots and all the other countries we're working with need to control that. The central banking system also realizes that it's going to collapse. They've got their own plan to do whatever they're going to do to reset things and keep control, but we can't let them win, because if they stay in control, they're going to keep doing what they've always done, and that is slowly suck the wealth back to themselves and make us and keep us enslaved into their debt-based system. And I know that we're all used to that system, okay, because we've all been raised after 1913. Okay, so we really don't know anything else. And the young generation may not comprehend how it all got started. They weren't around here in 1971, so they didn't see things start to just really go bad after 1971, but they're struggling. They come out of high school and even college, they get themselves in horrendous debt. Okay, and then they can't find high-paying enough jobs. The ones that really, really have a chance are the real professionals, or the ones that are getting into tech. Okay, let me go on and see if
The report states that this lost generation had a positive net wealth of $9,000 in 2013, but since the accumulation of debt has turned America's future leaders into the walking dead. The report update shows new disturbing trends for millennials, including, for the first time, they have a negative net worth. Home ownership among young people continue to trend downward. And once again, they're not making enough money to purchase these houses. Remember, they have a lot of student loans. They can't find high-paying jobs. And right now, everything is a lot worse than it was when we...
Okay, I'm a little concerned that maybe you guys are not hearing this. I don't know if you guys are hearing this audio on my computer, or if you can only hear me when I talk, or if you're listening to my speakers and they're going through the audio. What it sounds like, nothing. I have no clue. So I'm thinking about turning this speaker off on this video and just letting you know what it's saying on the closed caption. But I don't know if that's going to mess up my voice. So I really don't know what to do. I'm so bad when it comes to tech and computers. So let's try this. Hope it works. Plus, you know, I'm over a half hour. If you guys want to go watch something else, that's fine. If you want to stick around, that's great too. Okay, so basically he's saying that now everything is a lot worse than it was when we first came off of the system. Now, this is what it looks like when we're at the end stages of a central banking system. It starts out great, and you get into that middle road where credit, you know, is out there and it's plentiful. Everyone can get credit, put your, you know, into more and more debt, put the people in more and more debt. And because remember, the central banking system is based on debt. Okay, that's why America is like, what, $20 trillion in debt? And here's when Merkel came out with, I think he talks about this. Merkel came out and told the German people, hey, if this thing collapses, you guys are all going to, you know, it's all on you. You're going to pay for it. Okay. As the debt piles up, the world piles up, the debt system breaks down. And This is why they're always prepared and ready to basically restart the entire system. Now, do we have proof that the younger generation, they're not going out and purchasing homes? Okay, this is why you hear on the corporate media and the Fed, government numbers saying that everyone's purchasing a home. That's ridiculous, because think about this. U.S. banks are racing to launch website to mobile apps to make getting a mortgage faster and easier. The problem is right now, refinancing volumes, they have plunged as interest rates have risen. Lenders right now are having very difficult times pushing mortgages. The people don't have the money. When the interest rates rise, it pushes a lot of these individuals out of the market, and they're getting very worried. The banks, okay? This is why they're pushing these new technologies to try to bring in more people, but it's not going to work, because what happens is as more and more people find part-time jobs and they're not making the same amount of income that they were in the past, okay? Then, and all these people have all these student loans, debts, credit card debts. What are they going to do? Go purchase a house as the price of homes continually rise? Because they're pumping this up with bubbles. And guess what? They can't purchase any of this stuff. So no matter what the banks do, home lending is slowing right now. It's declining, and there's nothing they can do about it. If you look at Wells Fargo, it has been trending downward since the financial crisis we had, a little pop when they pumped everything up, but everything is moving down. This is what the report is showing about the millennials' home ownership. It's at its lowest rate than it was way back in 1972, okay, which is when we first got onto that system, okay, and the new fiat petrodollar came online. So we can see right now all of this completely falling apart, and it's accelerating. The economy is being ripped right now, and there's nothing that central bankers can do. The only thing they can do is push us into a recession/collapse scenario to restart the system. That's all they've got left. Okay, look at the pensions right now. Okay, they're approaching the apocalypse levels. Earlier this week, teachers, okay, this is interesting, and again, we're hearing this in the news, those of us who pay attention, part of the Colorado public pension system staged a walkout protest over proposed changes to the plan, including raising the percentage contribution, okay, that's like raising taxes, to the fund by current pays, and raising the retirement age again because they can't pay out. They don't have enough money. They're underfunded. And if the stock market declines more than 10%, guess what? It would collapse the pension systems, because they're basing everything off a stock market return, right? Okay. Which is, you know, what is it, a 7 or 8% return? Okay, but the interest rates have been so low. They're looking at the stock, and if this declines, it's going to be all wiped out. It's going to be complete and utter disaster. So the Federal Reserve right now, the central banking system, the only place they can go is not with more stimulus, but a crash of the system, because they'll need to crash it to blame it on someone else. Remember, their system only lasts for a certain period of time. Now, when this system crashes and the whole thing starts to fall, depending on, again, like I said earlier, this is Dave talking though right now, depending on who has the narrative, someone's going to be responsible for the debt. Now, the central bankers if I can read this without my glasses. The central bankers, oh man, now I lost my spot. I hit the wrong thing. Okay, I'm almost back to where I was. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Okay. Okay, depending on who has the narrative, someone's going to be responsible for the debt now that the central bankers, well, if they are able to keep the narrative of the story, and they can create the story of why the global system has collapsed, and they can blame it on Trump or war or whatever they're going to do. They want everyone to know and realize that the debt that is out there just doesn't go away. Okay, so they're going to tell the people that they are responsible. And that's when he starts talking about Angela Merkel and Macron, okay, the French president. They were meeting, and Merkel came right out with this warning to German savers by telling them they will end up footing the bill if the Eurozone fails. They said there's a huge number of bad loans, especially in Italy, and the banks are insolvent. And they know if the European Union goes down, guess what, or who is going to be responsible for all this debt? And the establishment is telling the people, you are responsible for all of this. And it just isn't to Europe, it's to the United States. And you're going to hear the establishment say the people are responsible for the step because the central bankers are letting you know you are responsible for all of this. Now, again, this is a central bank debt. And if we show that they've created this debt, if we can show Trump and the Patriots, okay, that they created this debt through other means, which means we need to audit the central banks. Okay. We need to audit the central banks, which means the governments around the world would need to basically pass laws to say we need to look into the central banking system. We need to look into all of this. That is the only way, most likely, we can get out of debt unless we just go around, arrest all the bankers, and put them in jail and say, yeah, we're not going to have to show, and though a legal process of why they need to be in jail, what they've done, and I think that time is approaching now that the International Monetary Fund, they are very nervous about what China and the United States are doing. They're saying, listen, China and the US, they need to resolve their looming trade disputes. They need to come together and work something out, because if they don't, this is going to be a complete and utter disaster around the world. Global economic system will crash if we don't have a trade war, or no, if we do have a trade war. Now, Dave says he believes that China and the US are doing this on purpose, and I have to agree with him. My research, that's definitely what's happening, okay? They're doing this on purpose and working together to shut down the central banking system, okay? Because again, I've mentioned this before, the system's got to come down one way or another. So whoever wins the narrative, hangs on to the narrative, will be the winner. And it better be, God willing, Trump and the Patriots this time, okay? It's been done before. Andrew Jackson did it, so, you know, our president today can do it. He certainly got plenty of help. Okay, Now, this is the main goal, okay, to get rid of the central banking system. Okay, and then he pulls up a picture. It says the Fed and the IRS, a fact. The U.S. Federal Reserve is a privately owned company sitting on its very own patch of land, immune to the U.S. laws. Okay. Let me see what else he says here. Oh, I did it again. Wrong button. Sorry about that. I'm almost there. Okay, I'm back to where I was. Let me just catch up here on the closed captioning. Hope you guys are still watching and listening because this is interesting. It's brand new news in the sense that, you know, it just came out today. Okay, now, when I talk about the central banking system, one thing we do need to understand is that it's an extremely complex structure, meaning it's not something that can be taken down very easily. Okay, when it does be taken down, it needs to be taken down all at once throughout the entire world. Okay, so it's not a small deal. Okay, they've been around, you know, it's like a parasite infestation, you know, extremely hard to kill off and get them all out of you, you know, and there's always some discomfort in that. Okay, and so you can look at it that way. It's just extremely complex, and because it is, we have to go after its structure. And this is the reason why we can do it today. And it's because of technology. It's because of cryptocurrency, especially the billion coin, that can just be created and say, come on, people, use it. Get off of their system. Use a system that's going to bring complete freedom and abundance to you. Eliminate all poverty. Build whatever you want to build in your countries. Okay, so if that doesn't sound awesome, I don't know what does. Okay, so this is what we're trying to say as current members and leaders of the Billion Coin, is that we need those of you who are awake and are watching what's going on and are somewhat aware that what we're saying is making a little bit of sense. And so why not take advantage of the incredible leverage that we are offering right now with our coin? It's not set up or being distributed the way other cryptocurrencies are, where they come out and whoever comes in and buys them up first at the cheapest price makes out like a bandit. Okay? Well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't call them bandits because I don't know if they're bandits. Maybe they just make out and they're going to do good things with it. The point is, the people that come in later and later, you know, don't get that chance to buy up as much because the prices have gone up. That's the way our system works. Okay, it works that way a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to say no, it doesn't work completely not like that. It does. The sooner you do get involved in the Billion Coin, the better off you'll be. You will have a little more coins, or you'll have the opportunity. You'll have the opportunity to get more coins than those who come in towards the end of a first billion. There's enough. That's what makes a difference. Those people that come in at the end are not going to be just left with nothing. Okay, there's going to be enough Kringles even after those first billion come in to completely support the other 6.5 billion. Can you imagine? Okay, think about that. It's something we can't comprehend. We've never had one individual that's called a trillionaire, right? We only know about 2,047 billionaires in the world. That's all, 2,047. But we don't realize we could be in a monetary system where there could be trillionaires. There could be quadrillionaires or whatever comes after a trillion. Okay? And it would not be a bad thing because we would be living with total abundance. No one would be poor. No one would be oppressed because of finances. Okay? We, the people, would control we, the people. Now, isn't that an absolute marvelous thing to think about? First time in world history that's available right now. Right now. Right now. Okay? April 30th is coming up that we're going to start the migration. And the days are just melting into days here. And we're going to have this system that's just going to, well, it's just going to blow everybody away. Okay. If they don't know about TBC now, they're going to certainly see in the next few months. I guarantee you, the billion coin is going to become a household name in 1 year. Household name. Okay. It's coming. It can't be stopped. So get on the train when you can. Okay. As soon as you can, the better. We will give you what you want through leverage. We will create it so that you can own a full coin, which is right now worth 3.8 million US dollars. And it's going to be worth 1 billion euros. We can get a coin in your hands right now today for as little as $100 through our Cookie Rewards program. And you're not buying it from admin. The $100 isn't going to admin. It's a coin. He's self-funding. Okay? Unlike any of the other cryptocurrencies out there. We, the people, the members of the TBC community, we've got the coin. Come to us. We will sell you the coin. We are the distributors of it. We're distributing it for free from the admin. The free Kringles comes from admin, the 25,000 Kringles. Anything after that, we're selling. And we're selling it for the price, but as a reward, as an incentive, as motivation, as a way to balance out the wealth among our members, which will end up being 1 billion, we create a program where we reward you by saying, okay, if you buy 100 Kringles, $100 worth of Kringles, we're going to give you 100 million cookies. And a redemption period comes up, which our second redemption period is coming up May 1st. Okay, right there at the beginning of our migration is when the month of May comes, which is the entire month is going to be a cookie reward redemption period where anybody who has cookies in their back office because they have purchased 100 or more, you know, for every set of $100 you spend on Kringles, you will be given 100 million cookies, which will be redeemable for 100 million Kringles. Every 100 million cookies will be redeemable for 100 million real, actual coins, Kringles, pieces of that coin. One full coin that will make you an eventual billionaire. Right now, we're giving that away to the world. I mean, what's $100? We're giving it away. You want to be a billionaire? $100. $10 one-time fee. Well, there's an annual fee for the back office, $10 annual fee. And that includes a lifetime of wallet fees and transaction fees, I should say. A lifetime of transaction fees in your wallet. Okay? I'm giving this away. I'm giving this away. If you're still watching this, even though I've cut off what I wanted to do is finish that video, but I'm going to get off because I'd probably be boring everybody. But seriously, we're giving away. Okay. And I know that sounds crazy. I know we're not used to hearing that. I know it's like, oh, it's got to be a scam. Poor Paul, he's hooked. He's into a scam. Friends, I have been around a long time in the multi-level marketing business. Since I was a kid, my mom was working multi-level marketing companies to feed us because my dad and her got a divorce when I was 10. And the only way she could was doing anything she could. And since she was a nutritionist, because she had become a nutritionist, problems when I was a kid, and drove her to that, she got involved with network marketing nutrition companies like Nature's Sunshine. You remember them? I know they used to have stores. You can walk into a Nature's Sunshine stores, all their herbs and bottles and all kinds of stuff. She worked with those companies when they were brand new back in the early 70s. Okay, this is what I grew up with. And so automatically, I just was always involved in a network marketing company, especially nutritional products. Anytime I would find something good that would make me feel good, it was through a network marketing company. Okay, and then, you know, whatever was normal, vitamins and stuff that was decent, I'd get at the health food stores. The point is, when I got older and became an adult, I started going into other things, other products, other services, other network marketing type programs. And they got so popular and they were just coming out. And then there was all these money games that were coming out. You know, they were basically pyramids, you know, and they were saying, you know, well, this is how we're doing it, and this is how we're doing it, and this is how we're doing it. It made it sound real good, but, you know, I got scammed. Okay. And I've been scammed many, many times. And I'm not proud of it, but I learned. Every time I learned something, I learned and I learned and I learned. And the way I learned was not just by the experience of getting scammed, but I actually went back and did my research on these people. Because I know these people don't just die after they go away with your money. What they do is they come back and they create another system of scamming. Okay, and I wasn't going to get scammed. I got to the point where I was tired of being scammed, and I was tired of being basically a part of scamming other people. Okay, it got sickening to me when I realized what was going on and what I was a part of. And so I really, really worked hard to find out the people responsible. And fortunately for me, because I was in a position, and I won't go into that, I did get to know a lot of these people, the scammers. Okay, so when something would come out, I would immediately do my research to find out who it was that was running it. Simple as that. And then that would be it. And then I'd tell everybody, hey, don't get involved in this. Sounds like the new greatest thing, but don't. Because the people that are running it are scammers. This is their history. If you want, you could even go up and look at, do a search engine, search, and find out. And I would give names. People wouldn't even look. They're the idols of their heart. They were so greedy. They wouldn't even want to look these people up. No, Paul, this is awesome. This is awesome. I'm getting involved. This is not a scam. Okay. You know, a year later, the company would be gone, or sooner. Oh, I wish I'd listened to you. It's okay. It's okay. How I learned. Okay, so, and you don't really know. You don't know what I've gone through. This is not a scam. When I say we are giving away wealth right now, think about what I'm saying. I'm not talking about fiat currency, debt-based currency. I'm not asking you to come in and that's what we're going to give you, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. I'm not asking you for thousands of dollars so that we can fill up your garage with products. This is not multi-level marketing. This is cryptocurrency. Okay? We are referring others because that's what we do. We get the word out because we are a community. We are controlling our wealth so that the rich don't end up still the rich and the poor stay still the poor. No, we're balancing our wealth out among the entire world. First time in history where we've been in a position to do this. Please do some research. Look at the information below this video. Go to the billioncoin.info and read a little bit. It's not a whole lot there. Yes, the blog is real long because he's been giving us articles, the creator, the admin, we call him, for 2 years now. But you can get a wealth of knowledge from those blog posts. Oh, just a wealth of knowledge. And then say to yourself, you know, opportunity to spend $110 and be a billionaire. How else are you going to be a billionaire? I know it sounds crazy, but it's real. Okay? What do you have to lose? $100. You know, if you've got more money, that's just sitting there in a bank doing nothing but, you know, maybe getting 1% interest a year on it or whatever, 4%, whatever is going on. You got $1,000, you can become a billionaire times 10. Okay, but I'm not asking you for it. I'm not asking you to buy it from me. Buy it from anybody that's a part of these programs. I mean, that's a part of this 24/7, you know, video broadcast that we're doing on YouTube here. Okay, if I was a scammer, I'd say, hey, you know, don't buy it from anybody. Buy it from me. I want your money. Okay, I don't want your money. Okay, seriously, the money's not going to be all that good for very long. But it will still be here for a while, and even then, it's going to change into something else. Okay, so I'm just kind of goofing off here. Okay, so don't let me scare you and freak you out to think I'm on where the world's going to end. Okay, but there will be a transition period, and it doesn't matter what system Trump or the central banking system comes up with. The billion coin isn't going away. Do you see what I'm saying? Countries can make their own coin. It's all good. Coins and money doesn't compete. It doesn't compete. Okay? Yes, network marketing, multi-level marketing companies compete. Okay? But money doesn't. Gold doesn't compete with silver. Okay? So I can't overemphasize that. That's why I'm doing this every day. I've been on for what, over an hour now, because I'm so passionate about keeping you guys informed what's going on so that you can at least see that, hey, yeah, Paul is right. You know, he's right what he's saying, because I can go and look it up for myself and find out that it's right. I can look around and see what's happened in our history the last 20 years I've been alive. Okay, I've seen what's happened. And I certainly, you know, am smart enough to realize that something's going to happen. And if I learn about cryptocurrency, if I don't know, maybe I'll be convinced that that's the way of the future. Because it is. It's like saying the internet's not going to work way back when it came out. The internet's only going to be around for a few years. Well, look how long it's been already. 2018, when did it come out? 1990 or something, 89? Whenever the internet came out, it's still here. If anything, it's just gotten better and better and better, better and better and better. That's all technology does, is get better, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? No, I'm not. So if I'm telling you we're at a point here that you've never seen before, you've never had the leverage of becoming a billionaire, and we need 1 million. We need 1 million billionaires. When we get to 1 million billionaires, then we're going to get to 1 billion millionaires. And there'll be multi-millionaires. Okay? And just like there'll be multi-billionaires, there'll be trillionaires in our system for those stakeholders that got involved on day one. Okay? I'm going to be honest with you. They're going to be trillionaires. We've never seen it. But is that bad? Is that something so unreal we can't think of it? No. Friends, it is real. It just means those people, all of us, will have enough, more than enough to help, more than enough that we can control what we do in the world. We don't have to sit around and watch people live the way they're living in the world. Okay? We don't have to sit around and watch that anymore. Okay? There's always going to be disease. There's always going to be problems in the world. But there doesn't have to be poverty. Not anymore. Okay? So, please get involved. Get your free crinkles. Come aboard. We're going to be blasting this thing in months. Okay? I'm not going away. God willing, I'm not going away. Okay? And I'm going to be talking to anybody who will listen. Okay? Because it's the greatest time to be alive so far. For me, anyway. I mean, you could say that all through your life. But it's just, you know, it's real. Okay, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm sure you're fed up with me by now. I am already scheduled for tomorrow. What is tomorrow? Get my days so mixed up. They just run into each other. Today is Monday. Okay, tomorrow is Taco Tuesday. Okay, remind me that tomorrow is Taco Tuesday because I've missed it the last 2 weeks. I keep thinking Wednesday is Tuesday. And then I get off this live broadcast and I want to head over to Rubio's and no, that was yesterday. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to make it to Rubio's. Okay, have a fantastic night, guys. And I'll see you all tomorrow, God willing. All right? Love you guys. Bye.